merely asked to see me again. She wanted me to take a letter to the other city-states to organise a memorial service for the victims of the calamity. My old buddy Badaron seemed pleased, so I quickly hopped on an airship and left for Gridania. Meanwhile, some other dudes are reminiscing over a different historic battle, but don't seem very pleased about how it turned out.
Dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea.
This looks like the Empire, and they're planning something nasty. I mean, nastier. They're already pretty nasty.
Clean up this mess, and
Soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
I met Canny Senna in Gridania, and she told me a story about the battle from my dream, and asked me to pass on a cryptic message about a wolf to the Flame General in Ul'dah. Having spoken to Canny Senna, I went to Ul'dah, where General Rauban greeted me very impolitely.
I thought I smelled stale ale. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah.
I went back to speak to Badaron, who said the boy Rayner had a job for me at Sastasha Seagrot involving pirates. Probably. I made my way to Sastasha, where I bumped into an optimistic group of fellow adventurers. GL guys. I entered the caves with a group of eager comrades, and we charged into the fray. We first seen off a big cat and descended further, where we found more reavers and Captain Madison and his scurvy dogs. Having repeatedly beaten him, we chased him to the water's edge, where a large scaly beastman finished him off. Den was no match for our eager party though, and I returned to Limsa victorious. When I got there, some late arriving adventurers were disappointed that the job was taken. But now that I've cleared it out, no one ever needs to bother with Sastasha again. But my work wasn't done because the folk in Gridania wanted some help, so off I went. Mother Mooney introduced me to this Robin Hood guy who said that they were having trouble with the followers of some cult in an old tomb complex. My eager crew jumped right in again. Gavin was no match for our eager party, and I returned to Gridania victorious. Mother Mooney was happy to see me again, but some other adventurers had done less well in the deep croft. They seemed so optimistic not that long ago. I hope they don't get too downhearted. Didn't have time to worry about that, as apparently there was also something needed done in Ul'dah. It turns out there's trouble at mine, which has been caused by accidentally releasing a race of enslaved giants that had been buried beneath tons of rock for 300 years, and are understandably annoyed. It is important to the rebuilding of the city that the mine is reopened though, so my eager group jumped right in. Feeling slightly guilty, we whacked a few of the enraged giants before finally confronting their leader, Giggles. She was no match for our eager party, and I returned to Ul'dah victorious. When I spoke to the big guy from the mine, he was happy they could get back to work, but our conversation was interrupted by a scream from outside. A desperate damsel was being accused of theft by an obnoxious merchant. When I stepped in to defend the damsel, he attempted to set his bodyguard free. Needless to say, they were no match for me. To celebrate, I had a little daydream about people discussing the immigrant crisis in Ul'dah. When I came back to the world, I told the merchant I'd seen the woman buy the meat myself, and I was backed up by a mysterious voice. So he ran away. It turns out the mystery voice belonged to Y'shtola, who has apparently been standing behind various bits of street architecture and watching me for some time. She thinks I would be a good fit with her gang. The signs of the seventh dawn. Y'shtola told me to ask Mamodi how to find them. But before I could do that, I had a chance to pass on some inspiration to the healer with the slow staff. I definitely think I helped. When I did ask Mamodi about the signs, she warned me that they were not ordinary, which sounds like an adventure worth pursuing.